It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry. It's the Bills and the Dolphins on Thursday night primetime.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's Allen to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Now a guy who played his high school ball at Miami Central, it's James Cook. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Now 2nd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Has his man, it's Shakir. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Bills.
Samuel going to go in motion right. Allen throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now 2nd and 3. Now Allen. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick it.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their...
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Well, the Dolphins head out, led by the NFL's leading passer in 2023. Now in his 5th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's coming off a great season where he put up career highs in yards and touchdowns, while also leading one of the most prolific scoring offenses in the NFL. The number one thing he did last season, though, staying healthy. When he's on the field, Miami can roll.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. First carry for Raheem Mostert. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 82 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season, or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
You talk about this Miami defense. They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 23-yard line.
On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 47 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And that is no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's Allen. Shakir hauls it in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. And you'll hear all the time that he's really a power forward who plays above the rim, and he does have a basketball background. But I think the Bills got a receiver to match their environment as well. Big, strong, physical, can go across the middle and catch the football.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now Allen. This is caught. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So a great second effort there as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think a 3rd effort was what got him in. Maybe possibly even a 4th.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And he he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now 3rd down and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Bills' 44-yard line.
Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Off of play action. Tagovailoa working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line.
A give left side. Here's Achane. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Tua sets up to pass it. That one out wide and intercepted. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To the air, Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Now a 2nd and 2.
44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
So here are the Bills to take over. They're leading right now, and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Throwing now is Allen. This one complete to Coleman. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
To throw, it's Allen. This taken in by Kincaid.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Allen gonna throw. This to the tight end, Kincaid.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Back to throw again. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
From midfield, here's Allen. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Miami set to take over. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play action, now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 60 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Another catch there for Waddle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Over the middle to Beckham. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. In motion, the tight end. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle from 19 yards away. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. And complete, right side to Cook. And out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Here's Allen. Shakir hauls it in. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Allen. Completes to Shakir once again. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll square off against the New York Jets. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. We saw some strong work from James Cook in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
That one complete to Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 31, here comes second and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Slot man moves right. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And hang on here, we got an injured player, and that is QB Tua Tagovailoa, who's in need of some assistance.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
I just grab a nugget when I can.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They'll give to Cook on the read option.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Allen. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
To throw, it's Allen. Completes it to Coleman. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Allen going to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. To the air, Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Coleman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, it's Allen.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Allen to throw once more.
To the right side here, caught by Kincaid.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Running for it, here's Cook. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed.
This is 2nd and 8.
Now Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Here's Allen to throw it. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the lead.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Thompson going play action here. That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Now Thompson.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Back now in Miami. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. Now Allen.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bills' 1st down.
Allen now looks to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting roughed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Open man is Samuel, complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he stopped immediately there. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Allen. And complete right side to Cook. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to the ground, Cook. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They run it again with Cook. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 2 touchdowns. 1:50 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Here's Thompson. Into the hands of Beckham. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now Thompson.
This is caught by Waddle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 19.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
Off play action. Thompson.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Bills, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.